She sighed deeply as she gazed out the window of the luxurious villa. I can't believe I'm married into this life of wealth and privilege, yet I feel so empty inside. He gave her a sidelong glance. What's troubling you, my dear? You have everything a woman could want. A lavish home, financial security, the envy of others. Accept your true affection, she replied bitterly. Your daughter is the center of your world, the way you dote on her, brushing her long, gorgeous hair for hours. He frowned. Christina is my precious child. Of course I cherish her. But you are my wife now, and I care deeply for you as well. She wasn't convinced. The jealousy simmered within her. Months passed and he grew ill. On his deathbed, he made her vow to care for Christina as her own. Promise me. She's all I have left in this world. I promise, she lied, masking her resentment. After the funeral, tension filled the grand mansion they now shared. Christina glared at her. You'll never be my real mother. I don't have to listen to you. This is my house now. You'll follow my rules, young lady. She countered, her jealousy flaring. Or what? Christina taunted. You can't hurt me. I'll just stay in my room and brush my beautiful hair that Daddy adored so much. She glared back defiantly. Don't test me, Christina. I may not be able to hurt your precious hair right now, but I'm in charge. You'll do as I say. Christina scoffed. Or what? You'll kick me out. Where would the poor little rich girl go? She tossed her long locks over her shoulder. I have rights, and Daddy's lawyers made sure I'm taken care of in his will. Money isn't everything, stepmom said through gritted teeth. I can make your life miserable in other ways if you insist on defying me. Like how? Christina challenged. Going to cut off my hair in the night? Have the maid put something gross in my shampoo? She laughed cruelly. You're pathetic. Daddy never loved you, not really. Those words struck deep. Stepmom's fists clenched, her face flushing with rage and envy. You smug, spoiled little brat. I'll show you who's in control. She lunged towards Christina, who shrieked and ran for her room, slamming the door shut. They could hear the lock turning. Stepmom pounded on the door. You can't hide in there forever. This is my house and you'll live by my rules. She seethed with rage after Christina's taunting words. You think you're so privileged with your precious hair that Daddy doted on? Well, we'll see about that. Christina just sneered from behind her locked door. Yeah, right. What are you going to do? Hire someone to cut it all off while I'm sleeping? Good luck with that. Stepmom's eyes narrowed. She did have someone in mind, actually. Her brother Paul, who was a professional mobile hairdresser. A cruel smile played across her lips. Keep laughing while you can, Christina. She dialed Paul's number. When he answered, she said, Hello, Paul. I need you to come to the villa right away. Paul, confused. The villa. Why would you need me to come all the way out there? Stepmom, I have a special job for you. A certain girl who needs to be taken down a few notches. Paul, catching on. Ah, I see. The little princess giving you trouble? Stepmom, you have no idea. Her snotty attitude and that ridiculous mane of hair have to go. Can you come over and take care of things? Paul chuckled. Say no more, sis. I'll be there within the hour. This is going to be fun. Stepmom hung up, a sinister gleam in her eye as she looked towards Christina's room. Soon, her stepdaughter's most prized possession would be no more. An hour later, the doorbell rang. Stepmom ushered her brother inside, carrying his hairdressing tools. Where is the lucky girl? Paul asked with a smirk. Stepmom jerked her head towards the hallway, locked in her room, being a stubborn little brat as usual. They approached the door, and Stepmom banged loudly. Christina, open up this door right now. There was a pause. Then the defiant reply. No, go away and leave me alone. Stepmom looked at Paul. See what I mean? Does she mind taking the door off its hinges? Paul nodded and set down his tools. Stand back, sis. I've got this. He took a step back, then turned and delivered a hard kick right at the door handle. Who are you? Christina's eyes went wide with panic. Stepmom followed behind Paul. This is my brother. He's going to solve that little attitude problem of yours once and for all. What do you mean? Christina trembled, clutching her precious long hair protectively. Paul set down his tools and cracked his knuckles. Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you. Just take away what you love most in this world. No, please. Christina begged as it dawned on her. Not my hair, I'll do anything, just please don't cut it. Stepmom's eyes glinted with sadistic satisfaction. It's a bit late for pleading, my dear stepdaughter. Paul approached the bed, grabbing a fistful of Christina's locks. Hold still now. This will just take a minute. Christina thrashed helplessly. No, you can't do this. Daddy wouldn't want this. Your daddy's not here, Stepmom said coldly. I make the rules now. Maybe this will finally teach you some respect. Paul had the scissors poised and ready. Christina wept bitter tears, realizing her most beloved trait was about to be stripped away. Paul, gripping her hair tightly. Don't struggle now, unless you want me to nick that pretty little neck of yours. Christina sobbing, please, I'm begging you. I'll be good, I promise. Stepmom remained unmoved, the jealousy having fully consumed her. With a nod, she gave Paul the signal to begin. The scissors went snip, 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 as Christina's cries of dismay filled the room. The snipping sounds continued as Christina's beloved locks fell to the floor in clumps. Tears streamed down her face as she watched helplessly. Please, no more, she begged between sobs. You've taken enough. But Paul was relentless, grabbing another handful of hair. Not until every last strand is gone, Missy. With each snip of the scissors, a piece of Christina's identity was stripped away. Stepmom looked on with a cruel satisfaction. Finally, Paul set the scissors down and picked up the electric clippers. Time to finish the job. No, please. I'm begging you. Christina's eyes went wide with terror as the loud buzzing filled the room. Paul roughly grabbed her by the hair that remained. Hold still, unless you want me to nick that pretty little scalp of yours. Stepmom watched eagerly as Paul brought the clippers up to Christina's forehead. In one swing, the last of her lush mane was shorn away, falling lifelessly to the floor. Christina let out a guttural wail of dismay as she ran her hands over her newly shorn head. Her most defining trait, the one her beloved father had always adored, was gone. Paul grinned wickedly. There, all done. She's hairless as a newborn now. Christina collapsed on the bed, sobbing uncontrollably into her hands. My hair. My beautiful hair. Stepmom stepped forward, a sinister look in her eye as she gripped Christina's chin firmly.